I really told myself that with the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, I wasn't going to get worked up over the Sixers anymore, this season at least. And, I really wasn't. I don't really care if they win or lose. They're not going to do anything in the playoffs anyway. If they keep their pick, whatever. But then tonight's game happened, and it was the most infuriating thing I think I've ever watched in my life. Let's start with Tyrese Maxey. He has one of the worst games I've ever seen. He took 2 shots in the first quarter, finished the game with 5 points, 1 for 9 overall, 1 for 7 or 1 for 8 from 3. And I'm thinking, while I'm watching this, he's on the floor, so I'm assuming he's healthy, and I'm just incredibly frustrated because it's one thing to miss shots and to get to your spots or to turn the ball over a lot. He had a lot of bad turnovers, but he was playing like a middle school guard who was struggling to bring the ball up the floor. They would blitz him in the pick and roll, and he would pass out of it, and he was settling for bad threes. It was unlike any game I've ever seen him play, even when he was a rookie. I've never seen him play this badly. I was almost hoping he was kind of injured because that's how bad it was. It was like a pathetic performance, and I would hope that he would be better than this. I mean, even if it was just one game, that's how bad it was. So you fast forward to the post-game press conference, and head coach Nick Nurse is asked about Maxey, and he says, "I don't want to speculate, but I think something may have been physically wrong with him." What? Huh? First of all, that's speculation. You say you don't want to speculate, but then you speculate. Second of all, if you suspect that something is physically wrong with him, keep in mind, this is a player that I'm pretty sure leads the league in minutes, besides the Knicks guys under Thibodeau. If you suspect the guy is playing with an injury, why the hell wouldn't you go over and ask him if he's injured? Why would you continue to play him when he's injured? I mean, this is common sense. So, not only does Maxey have a terrible game, and he's the only reason I tune in, and is to watch his development, because Embiid and all the Paul George, they don't matter anymore, let's face it. I'll get to that in a minute. Not only are you putting, his health at risk, but he's having a terrible game, but then you're so stupid that you don't, have the common sense to go over and ask him if he's okay during the game, but then you speculate after the game that he might have been playing hurt. So that's that. And let me get into Joel Embiid. This is over. This has to be over. Whatever Daryl Morey's plan is with his knee and the way he's playing, this is the definition of putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole or a bullet wound. What's the saying? It's a lip gloss on a pig. There's no covering this up. There isn't. He's even in games when he plays well, he's hobbling around. He can't box out. I mean, watching him is a miserable experience. It truly is. He doesn't smile when he's on the court, and I don't blame him. He's playing hurt. But he's constantly mopey. He just sucks the life out of the team. And this is a perfect encapsulation of who Joel Embiid is as a basketball player tonight. He had a fairly good game. The Sixers are down by 2, about 8 seconds left. He gets a wide open pass from Maxey at the 3-point line. And instead of just shooting the ball like a normal basketball player, he has to hesitate and pump fake. And then instead of shooting the 3, he drives in. He passes up what would be the winning shot for a more difficult shot. He passes it up, and on his way to the basket dribbling, he loses the ball. And it wasn't even a good defensive play that poked the ball away. He just completely lost the ball because he thinks he's a point guard. And in his 8th or 9th, 10th, whatever year in the NBA, at 30 years old, he doesn't know what he can and can't get away with. And that is the perfect summary of who Joel Embiid is as a basketball player. All the talent in the world with the basketball IQ of a peanut. Between the baffling turnovers, the offensive fouls, and the passing up of open shots and everything. That summed it up. And I'm done. I'm done with it. I appreciate everything he's done for the franchise, but I'm sick of it. I'm not watching this version of Joel Embiid anymore. It was one thing when he was scoring 33 points a game and efficient. This version of Embiid that goes out there and doesn't even try and now needs another surgery, give me a break. I'm done. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that we can't trade him because nobody's going to take him, but we have to move toward a rebuild. Maxey, McCain, try and keep this pick. Do whatever you can. Maximize your odds. Lose every game. Paul George has a finger injury. Paul George, you don't even know when he's playing when he is playing. I mean, he just spawns in half the time. You look at the box score and you're like, oh, he has 14 points. How did that happen? Rest him. He has a finger injury. Embiid, rest him. Have another surgery. Have fun. Maxey, it looks like he's injured now. I don't know. That game was absolutely terrible. He's got to be. I honestly hope he's injured. That's the only way to describe it because it was that bad. Rest him. Only play him against the good teams where you have no chance of winning and play him with a bunch of scrubs, but I'm done. Lose every game the rest of the season because whatever dream Daryl Morey has in his mind of this team contending is over. I don't care if you have a top 5 player. He's not a top 5 player anymore. So holding out hope that you have this 5% chance of winning and all it takes is sneaking into the playoffs as if this is like the college football system and all you got to do is get in and get hot. It doesn't work like that. So obviously they can't trade Embiid now. They probably can't trade him during the offseason, but like I've said before over and over again, it's time to transition into a rebuild. And that starts with getting rid of Nick Nurse. He's been dealt a shit hand. I don't care. His offense is a middle school offense. The players don't respect him. They don't play hard for him. He doesn't care about the players' health, as you saw tonight. And I'm sure he's frustrated and sick of the situation. He didn't sign up for this nonsense with Embiid in and out of the lineup. It's just an embarrassment at every single level. So I had to get on and talk about that. You know, as the Eagles' season ends, I'm going to talk more about the Sixers and the NBA in general. I'll talk more about the Eagles and the offseason and all that stuff. I didn't want to have to make a frustrating video like this, but tonight I had to get it off my chest. As you can see, I got a haircut. I didn't shave my head bald like Nick Sirianni. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I would have looked terrible. But, yeah, Eagles Super Bowl parade on Friday. Probably not going. Probably going to watch it. A lot of, just sitting back and enjoying the fact that the Eagles are Super Bowl champions. I don't want to talk about the Sixers anymore. Okay, I had to get it off my chest. Anyway, I'll see you next time.